All right, welcome back to WMAC Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a fight review. So we're going to London, England for Bellator 281. We're going to the main card, a flyweight bout. Denise Kielholtz coming in at 6-3, taking on Kanna Watanabe coming in at 10-1. Now, both fighters were looking to get back on the winning track here. Watanabe having been TKO'd by the current champ Liz Carmouche, whereas Kielholtz in her last outing was beaten by a split decision by the now former champ Juliana Velasquez when Kielholtz challenged for the title. So both fighters, really looking to make a splash in this bout. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first round, Denise stuns Kana early with the right-left hook combo. And this was within opening seconds. Denise came forward, through the right hand and then the left hook combo. Kana was stunned. You could tell she was like almost out, not quite out on her feet, but you could tell that she did not see it coming. And Denise followed up with some more punches, but Kana smartly clinched and got a trip takedown to Kielholtz's guard. From there, Denise ran a high guard and then brought the legs up over for an arm bar. But Kana stacked her to keep her from stretching it out and just really applied the pressure. Now, eventually, Kielholtz started to stretch it out, and Kana was able to lift and dump her off to free her arm and get back to Denise's guard. From there, Denise was actually still the more active attacking fighter. She was throwing punches on the bottom, and then she went for another arm bar. But Kana was able to slip out this time, and in the scramble was able to get onto Denise's back. From there, Kana started actually getting on the offensive, threw some punches, went to apply the rear naked choke, couldn't get it under the chin, but she was really, really squeezing on the jaw of Kielholtz. Kana punched more, but by that time the round was ending. Very strong first round for Denise Kielholtz. So going into the second round, they come out. Denise throws a jab cross combo, and Kana ducked under the cross for a double leg, slipped around to take Denise's back. Very slick move right away for Kana that Denise did not see coming. Now Kielholtz was able to twist around to get into Kana's half guard, and started landing some hammer fists. And then Kana started looking for a leg lock. And then they're both on the ground, and unfortunately Denise threw a kick that hit Kana in the head, which caused the timeout by the referee, and then Denise got deducted a point for the infraction. So then they restarted. Kana again got a fast single leg takedown, and again was able to slip to the back. From there, she started landing punches from on top, and Denise eventually was able to twist around again like earlier, but this time she twisted around straight into the triangle choke of Kanna Watanabe, and Kana just started squeezing it. Now Denise tried to punch her way out, but it was too tight, and she was forced to tap out. 3 minutes, 3 seconds of the second round for your winner via submission, Kanna Watanabe. So this was a come from behind win for Watanabe. She was hurt in those first 10 seconds, but she recovered really well. And I think what allowed her to recover well was the fact that Denise, as she got hungry for the finish, she got in close, which allowed Kana to get her hands on her. And that's what led to the takedown. And from there, Kana was just able to recover better. So really nice come from behind win for Watanabe. For Denise, she was obviously the faster striker, but Kana's grappling just completely neutralized it, especially in the second round. I don't think Denise landed a single strike standing. Okay. Kana was just that fast to duck under, get that first takedown, and then even when they got restarted, again, she just ducked under a punch, got the takedown, and slipped all around the back. Just absolutely neutralized by the groundwork of Kanna Watanabe. And speaking of the groundwork of Watanabe, I don't think Denise expected her to go for penetration style takedowns. You know, usually when you're fighting a judoka like Watanabe, you expect him to go in, get the clinch, and get the takedowns from there. But I think in the second round, Kielholtz was completely caught off guard by the more traditional wrestling style takedowns of Watanabe. Now, judo does use takedowns that go for the legs, but usually that's not what you're normally expecting, is what I'm trying to say. And I think it just completely caught Kielholtz off guard. You know, I have it here in my notes that this fight really came down. It was a tale of two rounds. You had Denise almost on the offense, almost the entirety of the first round, while Kana was busy recovering from those early strikes. But then the second round, it was all Watanabe because of the grappling. So two totally different rounds in this fight, two different stories. And then my final bullet point I have here is that, you know, judo is a lot like BJJ. You might have two black belts in there against each other, but not all black belts are equal. Denise is a black belt in judo, but you look at her competition record in judo compared to Watanabe's and just the absolute credentials, and they don't compare. And that's not saying that Denise doesn't have good judo credentials. It's just that Watanabe's are that much better, and it showed in this fight. So let's talk about things to work on. For Watanabe, man, her striking defense is still non-existent. I mean, she keeps her chin out there, practically pointing straight up in the sky, begging people to hit her. And that's what Kielholtz did in the first round. So she has absolutely got to work on her defense, particularly and especially, she needs to learn how to tuck her chin. Otherwise, she's just going to keep getting hit on the button. And it already cost her in the fight against Carmouche. And I think after this fight against Kielholtz, like everybody knows, that's what everybody, all of her opponents in the future are going to be looking for. So that absolutely has to be fixed before anything else. For Kielholtz, well, she needs to work on her triangle defense. I mean, she twisted around. Watanabe had it back, and Kielholtz twisted around into the guard, almost immediately into the triangle. Did not see it coming, so she needs to work on that, and in particularly fighting out of it. Now for fights to make, sticking with Denise Kielholtz, I think Deanna Bennett at this point would be a good matchup. Only a few spots below her in the rankings. Deanna's striking is okay, not on Denise's level. I think where the difference there would be in the grappling. Now, Bennett has good grappling, but it is not entirely insurmountable. So that would be like a good, it's a step up for Bennett, but it's also a slight step back for Kielholtz, who is now, on a 2-fight skid. So I think that would make for a good, interesting matchup. For Watanabe, likely the current champ Carmouche and the former champ Velasquez, they're likely busy going to have a rematch. I'd like to see Bellator match Watanabe up with the former champ Ilima-Lei Macfarlane. Now, Macfarlane is on a 2-fight skid herself, but that would make an absolutely awesome grappling battle. I give the striking edge to Macfarlane, but let's be honest here, that fight's not going to stay on the feet. Those two are going to go to the ground against each other, and that will make a very fun, very exciting grappling matchup. So anyway, those are my thoughts on this fight. Kanna Watanabe defeating Denise Kielholtz via triangle submission, 3:03 of the second round. Let me know your thoughts on the fight in the comments down below. Now, if you liked the video, please give it a like and share it as well. You know, spread the wealth. While you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to WMMAC Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.